Hey, it's August 2nd, and we find ourselves in 2 Kings chapters 20 and 21. Now, I'm a bit of a science nerd. I love watching and reading things that help me understand the universe that God created. Today's passage is one that I personally geek out about a little bit because it contains a miracle that seems really simple at first, but is one of God's greatest displays of power since the creation of the universe. 2 Kings chapter 20 is the parallel passage for Isaiah chapter 38, when Hezekiah is sick to the point of death, and Isaiah tells Hezekiah he's about to die, so get everything in order. Hezekiah cries out to God to be healed. God hears Hezekiah's prayer, and he's given 15 more years of life. Isaiah even tells Hezekiah that God will give him a sign, which was to have the shadow on the sundial turn back 10 steps. Seems simple, right? But for this to happen means the position of the sun in the sky has to change. This could happen in at least one of two ways. First, God stops the Earth's rotation, turns it back a little, and then lets it start turning again. Simple, right? Well, let me remind you that the Earth is spinning at hundreds of miles an hour. In fact, anything on the Earth at the equator is moving at about 1,000 miles an hour. If God just stopped the Earth, everything not bolted down would continue moving forward at 1,000 miles an hour because of inertia. Now, could God cancel the effects of inertia? Of course he can. But that would be a big deal. The other way I can think of wouldn't require God to mess with the rotation of the Earth at all. He could temporarily make the Earth the center of our galaxy and then rotate the galaxy a little bit to change the position of the sun in the sky without messing with the Earth's rotation. Now that to me is even more impressive than just rewinding the Earth's rotation a little bit and letting it go. What floors me is that both of these possibilities are possible for God. He is all-powerful. Hezekiah then dies 15 years later, but not before showing the Babylonians all of Judah, which brings us to chapter 21. Hezekiah's son Manasseh takes over as king for 55 years. And Manasseh is one of the most wicked kings of Judah in all their history. He brought back idol worship to such a degree that was even greater than the nations around them that God destroyed because of their idolatry. We'll talk more about him and his son Ammon in 2 Chronicles chapters 32 and 33. So what can we take away from today's passage? First, nothing is too difficult for God. Not stopping, rewinding, and restarting the Earth's rotation without disturbing life on Earth, not rotating the Milky Way galaxy, not even speaking the universe into existence in 6 24-hour days. Our God is omnipotent, meaning all-powerful. Second, children of godly parents don't always choose their parents' faith right away. Manasseh was the son of the most godly king of Judah since King David. Yet he went off the deep end into idol worship for a while. We'll see in 2 Chronicles 33 what God had to allow to bring Manasseh back to the truth he was raised with. He experienced the natural consequences and scars of turning away from God. A heavy price I know that God would have rather Manasseh completely avoided. My prayer for us today is that we are in awe of the power of God, and that healthy fear and respect for who he is would result in the worship he rightly deserves from each one of us, and that we would pray for those who were raised in God's truth that are currently thinking about or have turned their backs on God at this time, that God would allow or even do whatever is necessary to draw them back to himself before they experience the terrible consequences and scars of their sinful choices. As a former prodigal myself, I would have much rather not experienced what it took to bring me back to the truth that I was raised in. I wouldn't wish it upon anybody. So let's pray for and reach out to those prodigals we know of now. If you haven't done so already, please download our Through the Bible reading plan at asperiacommunitychurch.org/throughthebible. Thanks for watching, and hope to see you again soon.